Hey Ticats fans, thanks for joining me with another edition of Alumni Chats. I'm Louis B, and I'm very pleased to be joined with Andy Fantuz. Andy, it's great to see you. You're looking great. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the show.
Absolutely, man. Obviously, first of all, off the top, everybody's doing their part, social distancing, keeping safe, keeping healthy. How are you doing, and how are you staying busy right now?
Oh, we're doing all right. Just spending most of the time at home with the family. I've been doing some online work, doing some videos for like some live workouts and doing some tutoring online. So it's been keeping me busy. It's kind of a different approach to things, but give me a chance to, catch up on some areas of life and business that behind the scenes, work, and also give me a chance to kind of think about and, strategize about ways that we could probably improve the way we do things. So it's trying to think the most of the situation.
This time of year, spring, people start thinking and start thinking football season. You've been retired a couple years. Do you still, when this time comes around, April, May, do you still kind of get that weird feeling of, anticipation that something's about to happen, even a few years removed from the game?
Yeah, I mean, whenever that weather starts turning, you want to get outside, and for someone like myself, you automatically want to be running around and catching balls and just, having fun with your friends. So that usually leads to football, and it's just it's going to be interesting this year with the delay, and who knows when it's going to start. But there's a bit of blessing in disguise, I guess. It'll give guys extra time to heal up and give guys spend more time thinking about the mental aspect of the game, and just for teams, I mean more of like the X's and O's, and it'll just be every team has the same advantage, disadvantage, whatever you want to call it. So it'll be kind of interesting year when it does start.
We've been talking to a lot of Ticats, current, past, just about some of their favorite memories in the black and gold as of late. Do you have, over your 6 years in Hamilton, is there something that kind of sticks out to you that's a really special moment, maybe more so than others?
There's a couple games that stick out to me for sure, and a couple moments, I would say. So first thing would be when I first came to Hamilton. That was a big time for me, a big change for me. I'd been 6 years in Saskatchewan, and coming here and joining Tiger Town, and the reception I had in Hamilton in southwestern Ontario was incredible. And just being part of an organization, watching that already first-class organization develop into the destination in the whole league now. It's been great to see. Of course, that year in Guelph is I won't forget. It was actually a lot of fun, and just a different approach to things. Again, just have to adapt and overcome and find ways to deal with it. But I thought they did a great job with it, and it kind of brought some new fans into the mix, and just a whole new experience. So that was another great one. And then a couple specific games. I remember 2 different games in Ottawa that were just like nail biters, going back and forth, and just games that I can remember some specific plays with some of my my receiver friends, and just the whole team that really bonded us and gelled us together, and with some just wild wins and wild finishes. And then I can remember a couple games. One in particular, the playoff game in Toronto, when we went to the Grey Cup, and we had 20,000 fans there, and it was just wild. It was like we took over Toronto and just complete domination. It was great to see.
It's funny, Berkey and I were just talking about that game too, and just the emotion of everything coming up, that trophy presentation. There were a lot of guys who had worked a long time to get to the Grey Cup, and obviously that was a special year. And I can't imagine.
1 second. I
Yeah.
shouldn't forget, actually, also, there's been a lot of games at Tim Hortons Field and a lot of Labor Days and season openers, but that first one was incredible. When they opened it up with the big steam engine and, like, just the fans going nuts and the party zones. So that's another one. I don't want to forget that.
There you go. Absolutely. And I can't imagine as a Western Mustang feeling home at Griffin Stadium there. Must have been a little weird for that year there for you. Just talking a little bit about the guys who are still on the team that you played with. I mean, like Speedy B is one of those players that, I mean, if I had asked you, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, do you see this guy be an MOP one day? Would you have seen it? I mean, just even the way he was playing back then, he seems destined to be this all-time great Ticat.
Yeah, I mean, he's been a special player since the first time I ever saw him, and he continues to just push the envelope and just make play after play of this like mind-blowing, just shock value. It's incredible. But the thing that's impressed me the most, kind of from an inside perspective, is his professional growth, like his mental growth and his professionalism growth inside of him. So it's been great to watch that from always very talented, but he certainly worked hard on his craft and gotten even more talented in his years. And a lot of that is to do with his mental part of the game. But just the way he conducts himself and the way he takes care of himself and the way he approaches the game, life, and day-to-day situations, it's been great to see, and I'm really proud of him. And it's my little brother there. It's amazing to see, and he deserves everything that he has so far, and just one more accolade to come there, and that's putting something on his finger. So
there you go. A lot of those guys that are on the team, obviously, that went through those Grey Cups, they look at sort of June Jones coming in that 2017 season, who really kind of put his stamp on this team, and this is kind of started by June Jones, the era. Orlando's done a good job of taking over the mantle from him, but you were on that team coming back. You were in an administrative role. You came back as a player. Do you kind of feel that June Jones era sort of started something with what we're seeing right now with this club?
I would say, yeah. It definitely gave us a whole new sort of avenue of offense that we didn't really have before. Mm-hmm. When we were working with Kent and Tommy before that, I thought that was really with Orlando and Kent and Tommy. So Orlando and Tommy, they're back, and they were part of what I would consider be the real turnaround. Yeah. And then when June came, it was, instead of the offense that we were used to, it was a total like flip the switch. Mm-hmm. And then with Tommy coming back, they sort of migrated the two, or I guess blended the two. Yeah. And that's what really set them apart this year from the last year I was there, where we were only the West Coast offense. And then with Tommy coming back and bringing the stuff he's learned from his days, with Ken, with his days down south, and then with Mark Tressman in Toronto. And he's, to me, he's just a really special coach. And of course, Orlando, it just kind of is the glue that holds it all together, and just an ultimate person to play for. I never had him as a head coach, but nothing but respect for the guy, and I'm not surprised to see the success they're having now. So yeah, I think June really gave us a new perspective that we wouldn't be in the same position without. So kudos to that, and I learned a heck of a lot from him. It's a totally different game style than I was used to, and that I thought I would be able to kind of succeed at, but proved me wrong, and he ingrained it, just trust it, and it was a big learning year for myself and for the whole team.
And I just remember, locker cleanout day that year. It just, everybody kind of had the same mentality. If that season had 2 more weeks, if you guys just could have gotten into the playoffs, you guys seemed to be rolling in that 2017 season, and obviously it was what it was. But I mentioned you were a Western Mustang, another fellow Mustang alumni. I know you didn't play with him a couple years after your time, but Liram Hajrullahu, a former Ticat kicker, getting signed by an NFL team. You were a CFLer who went to the NFL. If you had any kind of piece of advice or any kind of insights into that, what do you think our friend Liram's going to be thinking about in the next few weeks?
Well, he's being a kicker, he's like, you've got to be on your game and working on your game all year round, and it's pretty consistent approach. Of course, minus any kind of injuries that you have to adapt and overcome. But he's like in a similar situation to me when I was in that year, because I was the year of the strike, so the season was pushed back, or at least OTAs and all that stuff that would be happening right now with the NFL isn't happening. So it's a similar situation to me, where he's not going to really get a chance to meet all the guys and learn the playbook and getting to know the coaches and the city. So once it does come back, it's going to be a quick turnaround for him. So I guess my piece of advice would just be make sure you stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
There you go. Well said.
He always does that.
Andy, you're looking great. It's great to chat with you. Thanks so much for doing this. Hopefully we'll get to talk to you very soon. Enjoy your family time and stay safe and healthy.
Thanks, Louie. Appreciate it.